Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, including Steven Universe and Gravity Falls. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Sam Quattro.
Hello.
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
Today we're going to be discussing Onion Friends, the latest episode of Steven Universe, the third in this week's Steven Bomb, Week of Sardonyx. And you can find everything about this podcast at overlyanimated.com. We'll be regularly covering every Steven Universe episode, so you can check us out after each episode goes up, after each episode airs and the podcast goes up. So yeah, let's get into Onion Friend. Spoilers for this episode and all of Steven Universe. Storyboarded and written by Katie and Lamar. Sam, what were your overall impressions of Onion Friend?
Well, it was an episode. It certainly happened.
There's not much happening, is that what you're trying to say?
I think it was like a cool little aside. Sort of. Well, aside, but there's still plot going on. I'm glad that we got to hang out with Amethyst and her pal there. I don't remember her name.
Vidalia.
Vidalia.
Like the onion.
I didn't.
Yes.
I don't know that much about.
There's a Vidalia onion in her. Yeah, it's a pun, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, her children are named Sour Cream and Onion.
And she is Vidalia. Yeah.
And her husband's name is Yellowtail, but is that a type of onion?
I think that's a type of fish.
I don't know.
Because it makes sense because he's a fisherman. Yeah. So you liked it in general?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Were you underwhelmed by it?
I mean, it's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, we were kind of anticipating this one being a down one. Yeah, this is the type of episode that they've been shying away from. This happened a lot early on in season 1. It's kind of nothing going on plot-wise, focusing on a minor character. But the difference is now they're incorporating the major characters more into these type of episodes. So this was an Amethyst episode, if anything. And the focus on Onion is frustrating because he's kind of a nothing character, but
he's so interesting.
I don't know if he is interesting. It's the most we know about him, but I still is not enthused by him. And I guess a lot of people might take criticism of this and be like, oh, well, we should focusing on minor characters is fine, but minor characters need to have a function within the story if they're going to be a focus of an episode. And I don't think Onion really has any function here. I guess we maybe learn things about Steven through him, but I don't really think that's true. I'm not sure. The Amethyst and Vidalia parts were certainly very interesting, and I do like the renewed focus on Amethyst. I also thought their cry for help was kind of an Amethyst episode earlier this week.
I think this whole week is just Amethyst. She's here.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean,
except for yesterday.
It's about Garnet and Pearl's feud, but it's kind of focusing on Amethyst's reaction.
Yeah, I like how it's happening, but we're not focusing on Garnet or Pearl too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We focused on Garnet yesterday. Well, Ruby and Sapphire. 2 parts of the whole. But yeah, I like how it's sort of we're seeing it through Steven's eyes and not through Pearl or Garnet's eyes.
Well, that's the entire show. Sometimes to a frustrating extent.
I like it though. I like unknown things. Except that's a total lie. I love knowing things.
Yeah, you look up spoilers before you play things.
I do. I look up spoilers.
So that's the opposite of truth for you. Okay, Onion Friend. So I guess the main thing I want to talk about is Amethyst's, what we learned about Amethyst through this and her past relationship with Vidalia. What do you think of Vidalia? Do you think she's cool?
I like her hair.
Yeah.
It's onion shaped.
It's onion shaped, yeah. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. I don't know. She seems like a cool person. She's an artist. She's nice. Yeah. I like artists. I'm one.
You were feeling Vidalia?
Yeah, she seemed really cool. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not sure why, but this reminded me of there's this show called The United States of Terra, and I feel like it's 3 seasons long, but in the second season, they hang out with Viola Davis, and it sort of reminds me of that for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anyway, there's a very probably not too much of a crossover between those, but
cool.
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. What was your impression of what we learned about Vidalia and Amethyst's past friendship with Greg and then branching off into their own thing?
I'm glad that Amethyst has friends.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody else has friends. Like, no, Pearl doesn't have any friends. We know that.
Yeah.
Garnet doesn't really have any friends either. Well, she is her own friend in a sense. Yeah. But yeah, I like that Amethyst is sort of like the most human out of all of them, even though she's still a rock.
Yeah. I like I said in Cry for Help, I like that Amethyst is not her, like silly to an extent where she hides everything about herself character. Like she always, like every single episode she's that, except for like On the Run, and then Cry for Help she's not, and here she's not. So we actually like see vulnerable
Personal
Amethyst.
Growth.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. You can be, I guess, hiding who you are like through whatever outward personality is bad, but it's not like she has to not act that way, but it is tiring, I think, as a viewer.
Well, I think it's cool that, like, at least now that she's finding more resources to, like, sort of let out her frustrations and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like mellowed and open Amethyst here much more than previous one, but it doesn't. I don't know. She doesn't have to act like that, but it does seem like this is more of a representation of her underlying feelings, which I think is always good to bring to the surface.
I like Amethyst.
Yeah, I'm certainly liking her a lot more this week. I'm skimming Eric Thurm's AV Club review, which just went up, because we record this immediately after the podcast, so I didn't have time to read it before.
Yeah, I had to rush home from work to watch Steven Universe.
That's the priority here. Come on. Eric Thurm says, his reviews are very good, by the way, of Steven Universe. I'd recommend checking them out. We get a ton of backstory expertly delivered here. As some people predicted back in Story for Steve, Marty, Greg's old manager, is Sour Cream's father, while Vidalia married Yellowtail and had Onion afterwards.
I mean, I didn't
make the connection between.
I sort of noticed that, but I was like, I thought I was noticing that, but apparently I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't make that connection. I forgot about Marty. Eric Thurm seems to have really liked this episode. I don't know. He gave yesterday's a B and this one an A minus. And
that's funny.
One of the things he was talking about in yesterday's review is how it like didn't quite come together for him, which I do get that sense for some Steven Universe episodes. It's like it's kind of just a lot of stuff going on, and it doesn't quite make a cohesive, like, 10-minute unit which you connect to, or some things are a little off at certain points. I didn't feel that way about yesterday's episode. I did feel it about this one, so this is the type of episode I feel it about. Just because it's, like, a more fillery type episode doesn't mean it has to be worse, but when we're focusing on things like why Onion hates food, and we don't actually get into details of that, and it doesn't mean anything, then I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking away from the show.
He's like what's his face from A Christmas Story, the little brother.
Yeah, I mean, Onion's frustrating to me, I guess, as a character, because I don't want to feel childish from watching Steven Universe. Like, I have very high expectations for this show. Some people might say, oh, this is a cartoon, and it's a great cartoon, but it's still a cartoon, and I understand what I'm watching. Not for me. Steven Universe most of the time is just a completely serious adult show, and like yesterday's episode was more complex feelings than almost any show on television. I think this is the best show on television, and a character like Onion kind of undermines that to me, who kind of has nothing going on and is just the type of character I'd expect on a different Cartoon Network show. And I'm certainly biased against him because of the baseline expectations going in from other like lesser animated shows for kids, but it still seems this is like fart jokes for me in Avatar and Korra.
Onion is fart jokes.
Onion is fart jokes. It's too it seems childish to me. His character. I don't understand the big depth his character got this episode was that he's not a complete what's an appropriate word? Jerk? Yeah, he's not a complete jerk at the end to Steven. That's like the big revelation about him.
They like each other.
Yeah, which I don't know. That's like, okay, so.
I don't know. I find it interesting that.
What, do you agree with me on Onion? What do you think?
I was going to say I find it interesting because back when Avatar and Korra were airing, that was my biggest gripes were the fart jokes and bathroom jokes. But with Onion, I don't really care. Like he's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's there. I mean, it's like he's a guy. He's a part of Beach City.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't really care.
To me, there's
either way.
To me, there's two phases of Steven Universe, and I kind of had a marathon to catch up to it a few months ago, so it was maybe more apparent to me. I've gotten this impression recently. It's that marathoning shows might actually put you in a better position to watch them rather than watching them week to week. Like, I feel so we're covering Gravity Falls, and I feel like Delaney and Britt, who marathoned it to catch up, are in a better position to discuss that show rather than me, who's been watching it week to week since it aired.
Why do you think that?
Because I don't remember what happened. That's the thing. The show's been airing for 3 years. I don't remember stuff from the first season, and I can't make connections between episodes week to week as much as when marathoning it can. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I'm coming around more and more to this Netflix.
That's why I should always have the Steven Universe wiki open.
Oh,
or whatever sort of other wiki for the show that you're watching.
Yeah, but anyway, my original point is that, to me...
read spoilers.
There's so there's two phases of the show. There is, and it's a gradient. There's the beginning, and then there's the transition into a more complete show. And this transition starts around episode 9, Tiger Millionaire. Then we start interspersed with like legitimately great episodes: Tiger Millionaire, Steven's Lion, Giant Woman, Lion 2, of course, Steven and the Sword Fighter. But before that, we kind of just focus on these minor characters this entire time. And we get a Sadie episode, we get an Onion episode, et cetera, and I never got too much of a sense of world building because we didn't have too much of a focus on the gems. We didn't have a running continuity story. And as the show transitions into the second half of season 1, we get less focus on the minor characters, more focus on what matters, the plot, and the main characters of the show. And I think it really comes together better. This, to me, seems like an episode that could be in that first half of season 1, except for the focus on Amethyst. I think that's the big difference.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it was less of world building than it was Steven building. You know, like
this episode.
No, just like the season 1 and the episodes that were secondary character focused.
Yeah, because Steven's always interacting with them.
Yeah, I mean, like it's his life. We're just watching it.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier. Everything's through Steven's perspective, and regardless of whether you could make the argument those episodes are very important. But I certainly think everyone would say the second half is better than the first half of season 1. But you could definitely say that the first half is necessary to get to that point.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah, it's possible. So Amethyst, what do you think in terms of Amethyst's feelings towards Vidalia? What do you think's going on there?
Oh, I don't.
That's a leading question.
I think that they're friends, and they
friends?
enjoy each other's company.
So Amethyst, it's hard to tell like what Amethyst is. Like, you think it's like an old, you get the impression of like an old friend, and she's kind of someone who she looks up to and who she sees as cool, and she's kind of embarrassed to be around because she's blushing a ton whenever around Vidalia. That's the thing I want to talk about is that she's just always blushing around her.
I don't know. I didn't feel it.
I don't think it was necessarily romantic, but do you think that what do you think the intensity of like this like feelings of friendship are or whatever?
Biffles.
What?
Biffles.
I don't know. Yeah.
There are biffles at some point.
Okay, by the way, random point. I don't understand how people in this town don't interact more, because Beach City seems to have like 20 people in it. So it's like, why didn't Amethyst go and see Vidalia sooner? There's so few people there.
Busy.
They're busy, great. I mean, I know that would make sense in like a bigger town. That's the main difference, by the way.
Also, they're like thousands of years old, and like the human lifespan is so short to them.
Yeah, so it didn't seem that long to Amethyst. Yeah, even though she was like tiny in that picture of them together.
Oh, she's so tiny.
We're going back to the Amethyst. Why is Amethyst seem so young? Like 40 years ago, because she's aged. She's like 3,000 years old or whatever. 5,000.
Death ages you.
Death ages you is the conclusion you come to, but still, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. Anyway, the main, so this Beach City being small thing, I don't understand. It's also the main difference between that and Rehoboth Beach, the city it's based off. Rogers Beach is like, it's not like a city, but it's like pretty big, especially
I've never
during
been
transit. I will be taking my annual trip in a few weeks.
Oh, don't tell that to other people.
Why?
Because they'll find you.
Oh, I mean, I'll take pictures of Funland and stuff.
I hate the beach.
And I'll make a a post about that.
Growing up, we always went to Wildwood in New Jersey.
Wildwood in New Jersey.
Yeah, Wildwood.
Should go to Rehoboth and go to Beach City.
Well, it's kind of... Well, I don't want to reveal too much about my life.
Okay, anyway.
To the people. But know that I did go to Wildwood growing up.
Okay, I don't know if that's relevant, but...
It's relevant to me.
That's good. Would you think... I don't know. So, like, Amethyst, Greg, and Vidalia were friends, and then... So it seems like Vidalia was caught up in this entire Greg's band type of thing, especially if she had a child with,
I want to go back and watch Story for Steven.
Yeah, kind of try to
Was she there?
I don't remember her.
I feel like she might have been there.
I don't know.
Let's look it up on the Steven Universe wiki. That's why you gotta have it up all the time, Don.
Well, we definitely didn't know her name before, I assume.
Steven Universe wiki.
Vidalia is the application which launches Tor, by the way, and it's called The Onion. So that's that's like a private browsing thing. Never mind. Like,
are you like referencing like The Onion, like fake news site?
No, I'm not referencing The Onion. Never mind. Okay.
I don't understand what
you can. Never mind. It's so Steven. What do you think of Steven in this episode? I think Steven comes close to unsympathetic here.
Well, he doesn't feel like hanging out with Onion.
Yeah. Steven's always very upbeat and friendly.
Yeah, but he stole his potato chips.
Yeah, and I also
sandwich, and Steven's just been having like a bad week.
I also definitely remember how dumb Onion was, and I felt very unsympathetic towards Onion from past Onion episodes, including especially the guys one where he took Steven's stuff. So I'm fine with Steven not loving him.
Vidalia is in Story for Steven.
Was she named in Story for Steven?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
I think she might have been.
Because they could have just updated the wiki. But I guess she was. We'll have to go back and watch. I apologize if we're wrong on this, but...
I don't apologize for anything.
Okay, that's fine. So did you... What do you think? So you think you're fine with Steven here?
Yeah. I mean, he's a kid. That's how kids act. Kids don't want to hang out with other kids sometimes. I act like that all the time. And I'm not a kid.
Who is your favorite gal?
My favorite gal? Who was there? There was Rachel, right?
Was there Rachel?
Was there Rachel? Let's look if there was Rachel.
I don't think they named any of them except
they did. They named Rachel.
They named Karen. I wrote that down.
Karen.
Karen's my favorite gal for sure, yeah.
Where did I get Rachel?
What about Explorer gal? That's the one Steven gets at the end. I don't remember. I didn't write down any other ones. But.
So, I don't know. I'm going to have a headcanon.
Of what?
Rachel's a gal.
Rachel.
She just wasn't shown.
She just wasn't shown. I think it's true now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like that they have gals too.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very Steven Universe thing to do. Add the female version of the male thing they introduced earlier. Yeah, even though the male thing they introduced earlier was kind of a parody of like this type of thing before anyway.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. What else happened? Onion's room, stuff like that.
Yeah, he's an interesting. I'm surprised Steven didn't cry about the snakes not having the arms.
Oh, was that a Sneeple?
No, yes. Well, it was a snake.
Are you sure it wasn't a Sneeple?
I'm not sure. Given that it's Onion, it could be anything.
Could be anything, yeah.
Also, that was really interesting. They had him watch birth.
Oh,
his videotape of his birth. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that is. It's like on one hand that's like weird and funny. On the other hand, like that's just something that could be.
He sort of reminds me of Carl from As Told by Ginger a little bit.
I don't remember that show enough.
Oh God, Dylan.
Should I rewatch As Told by Ginger? I don't think.
Yes.
So. Watch. I watched it like it was 10 years ago. I don't know.
You need to know what it was like to be a 12-year-old girl.
I mean, I watched As Told by Ginger just as a 12-year-old boy.
You need to know.
I need to know.
Again, as a ex-aged person, I don't know if you feel like saying your age.
It's in our ages are in our bios, I think. Sam.
They're not.
Mine is. I'm 22. Yeah.
Oh, you're 22. Yes. Yeah, you're T Swift. Okay.
Yeah, I'm T Swift right now.
Not really.
But I'm feeling it though. Okay. Well. Okay. So overall, thumbs up, thumbs down. Where would you rank it this week?
Why do you give me like different ranking systems?
Just like better or worse than the previous 2 episodes of this week.
I think it was a step down, but I don't think it was bad. You know?
Yeah, but
think it
still,
was
so still
enjoyable.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I liked it less than you. It's still fine, but I don't know. I think I feel differently about this than I guess the Eric Thurm. I'm not sure. I don't want this type of episode anymore. Like I know we're on the right track by having the Amethyst stuff included too, but I just
You
don't.
gotta have filler, Dylan.
Yeah, but not with Onion. I just don't see him as having any value. Like I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's sympathetic. I don't think he adds anything to anyone's character. Like just actual no value as a character.
Why was the episode called Onion Friend?
Why was it? That's true. I'm not sure because Onion's now Steven's friend.
Like, well, it's like a forced friendship.
Are
Like,
they gonna have? They hint at a
like
play date.
when people's moms are friends, you know,
Yeah.
their kids like have to play together, and it's like,
Yeah. So
like that's essentially what happens.
Amethyst is Steven's mom, and then she
mean,
hangs out with Onion's mom.
She's fun mom or sister mom.
Sister.
I'm not sure. Nobody has come to a solid conclusion on that yet. I like to refer to her as fun mom. Her sister.
Yeah. So I'm medium thumb on Onion Friend. I hope we move away
Medium
from.
thumb?
I hope we move away from this type of episode.
What about if it was
Although
safe?
I do like Amethyst here, and I like where they're going with Amethyst. What do you think we're going to see tomorrow with Jamie in historical friction?
Well, we're gonna see the what do you call it? The finding of Beach City, the thing. You know, like that's like the episode summary.
The finding of Beach
They're putting on a play about
at the local theater. They're putting on a play about what?
About like the
the founding of the
yes.
town. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they'll go to actual Rehoboth, Dewey, Bethany Beach lore for this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I just realized that never mind.
What?
Never mind.
What?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Friday
Okay.
is Friendship.
We already have a preview for that.
I don't want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
We have a preview for that, guys.
Yeah, you can go check that out, but
Okay.
anticipating big things from old friends. I don't know if I don't know if tomorrow will be anything, but Friday should probably be something. That's the thing with this show.
Tomorrow's just going to be feelings.
The show shouldn't be it shouldn't be a question of will this episode be anything. Like I don't think it can be the best show on TV if we have to question whether certain episodes are going to be anything.
Huh?
I don't know if everyone agrees with me that Onion Friend is like not if this episode was like kind of nothing, but I mean it certainly had value. But this type of I don't want to have to question whether it's going to be this type of episode or a real type of episode. I think there should be more consistency here.
Okay.
Yes. No.
You got a lot of tall orders there, bub.
I know. I'm expecting a lot here. I mean, we've reached pretty high storytelling.
Yeah, but like
plateaus.
not every story has.
We'll see.
We have different philosophies on life.
Sigh. Maybe I want this to be Korra too much, and it's actually Avatar.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what your problem is.
Yeah, I too much want this to be Korra season 3, but it's actually Avatar season 2.
Or is that a problem?
It's not. I don't know.
Avatar
Maybe
season 2
Avatar
was the best season of Avatar. Excuse me.
I mean, I think I previously have said that's the best season of television ever, so that's not really a problem. Maybe I just have a different philosophy right now.
You gotta have the filler, Dylan.
I'm not sure if there's an Onion Friend in Avatar season 2 though. I would have to compare. We should have Avatar and Steven.
Day.
Avatar and Steven. Yeah, actually, it would be Avatar Day. Yeah, that's the comparison. And I liked Avatar Day. I like Avatar Day better than Onion Friend.
Well, it's got 11 minutes on Onion.
There's no boiled in oil here.
But
Come on.
They're all named after onions.
There's no Detective Sokka here.
Various variants.
There's no.
Why did she name her children sour?
There's no Avatar. There's no Aang consulting with the prisoners about love here.
Yeah,
all of those scenes are better than this. So.
You are your.
Then again, I'm just very much an Avatar homer.
You're such a hard person.
we didn't Avatar and Korra podcast for 150 episodes, so we're very much biased towards those shows.
Do you think the people who are listening to this right now
don't know that? Is that what you're saying?
All 2 of them.
150 of them actually, but yeah.
Really? Wow,
that's not very high. I want higher than that.
It's high for me.
I don't. Why?
I don't know.
Okay, I think that's for this week. Any last thoughts on Onion Friend? We squeezed out 30 minutes of discussion here, even though
we did.
even though half of it was us bantering off topic. That's okay.
Well, because that's what you got to have when you have Sam on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean that's required. I'm Dylan Hysen. That's Sam Quattro.
No, I need to think for a second.
You can think as you're telling us about your social media.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't think about two things at once. My Twitter is coolmcr, KOLMCR.
Your Tumblr is stupid nervous. I'm Dylan
Yes,
I'm Dylan _OVA on Twitter and Dylan OVA, one word on Tumblr. And you can find all the information about this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can support our Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Big thanks to our current patrons. Shayna, Mitch, Cordell, and Beatrice.
So we got Shayna, which is Heyna, hey, she could like pull her picture. Mitch is Fever Mitch, like Fever Pitch. This is dumb and I want to explain these.
You don't have to explain them every time.
I'll do what I want. You know what? See what you do tomorrow with everybody.
Cordell University and
Bellatrix, or Beatrice, if you will. I don't know. Lestrange.
Okay. What do you think of what were your last thoughts on this episode?
You know what? I can't think of many things at once. I'm not that good of a multitasker. I liked her hair.
Yeah.
I said that, right?
Yeah. I don't do we know who voices her?
Oh, let's check.
Yeah.
On the Steven Universe wiki.
I was wondering that during the episode.
Oh, we're almost there.
Do you think we'll see Karen again?
should.
Do you think Karen's a major character? Wait, who's the big one that Onion stole in that episode? Who's the guy?
Dave?
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Can we ship that guy and Karen?
Jackie Buscarino.
Is this a person? Is this like a name?
She voiced Pacifica Northwest.
Ooh, she's Pacifica. Awesome.
And she voices Susan Strong in Adventure Time. So there's your answer.
Pacific is great. Thumbs up.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, you should watch because Pacific is a great character.
I don't know who that is.
We need to see her again soon.
There's a gal's page on the. Now we can see if Rachel is an actual. No.
How did they make this so fast? This episode just came out.
It's a stub.
Okay, so come on, Steven, yours.
I wanted to say that sandwich looked really good. Like
it was on a bagel, right?
It was on a bagel. It was an egg. I think there's some sort of other thing in there, and there was cream cheese.
I thought he was making breakfast, but then he said lunch. I think
like a brunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Ranger Guy is the one.
Ranger Guy, yeah. Ranger Guy.
Dave Guy is the most common.
Is Ranger Guy and Explorer Gal a ship? Or since this is Steven Universe, is it Explorer Gal and Karen?
Yes.
Yeah, probably that one because it's Steven Universe.
Or Rachel.
Rachel's not a thing. Sam, stop trying to make Rachel happen, okay?
Well, my OC gal.
Your OC. Oh my god. Send us your OC gals, and we'll name the best one on the podcast. How about that? No one's going to do that.
No, nobody can beat Rachel.
See if someone beats Rachel, okay? Send me asks on Tumblr.
Yeah, but what does Rachel do? I need to think.
Okay, yeah, you have to develop this character and then make a post about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because these gals were so in-depth to start with.
I mean... They were.
Okay. I think that's it. Right?
You're the boss, Dylan.
Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Jamie episode.
Well, I won't be there.
Historical Friction. Oh, yeah, Sam won't be here. Delaney will. Hopefully Kathy can make this one, and we'll see you then. So thanks for listening, guys. Overlyanimated.com. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.